Good morning, my dear students of class 10th. I welcome you all to this new class of Social Science 2, where we are now heading towards geography, second last chapter of the syllabus, which is manufacturing industries. Children, before beginning with the major content of the chapter, we should now understand actually what is the meaning of manufacturing. We have setup of industries everywhere around, but we should know the meaning of manufacturing. So production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw material to more valuable product is known as manufacturing. Your natural raw material is being processed, and when the processed part is done, then the final products, when they are being made, that is known as manufacturing. For example, your cotton shirt with cotton cloth fiber, the fabric, whatever you are having, the shirts which you wear, they are not coming directly from agricultural field. There is a whole lot of process involved in it, from plucking the fiber plants from the field, then they are being sent to get processed, and when the cotton balls are processed into fiber, then fabric is being made and final products is being delivered, and then we purchase it from the markets. Example, we have the finished product. The finished product is sugar, but how does sugar come from? It comes from the plantation cultivation of sugarcane, then cloth from cotton, paper from wood, iron from iron ore. Now let us understand the need of manufacturing. The major needs are economic strength of a country is measured from the development of manufacturing industries. It is the backbone of our economy. We all know that manufacturing sector is so important that if we are not going to have children industries, what are we going to do? What are we going to sell in other countries? What are we going to sell in the global market then? Then it is referred to as backbone of the economy. They reduce the dependence of people on agriculture. Obviously, how many people of India are going to involve themselves into agriculture? There has to be some work, and then agricultural raw materials are going to be sent where then if we are not having any industries. Therefore, it is giving work to many people, then providing jobs. Export of manufactured goods, because of the manufactured goods, because we have ample supply, and we have lot of production from our industries, then only we can export. If we are not having more industries, if we are not having more valuable finished goods, then how are we going to export them? So export is because of manufacturing industries. Then if we are exporting items to different countries, what are we doing? We are getting foreign exchange. Then children, because we are doing so much into trade and exporting and giving jobs, what are we doing? We are removing poverty and unemployment. Then children, countries will transform their raw materials into a wide variety of finished goods of higher value are prosperous. So because of the rapid increase in industrialization, new products are being furnished and with large variety, children. Now, we all know what was the need to have industries, what is the need to have industries, what do you mean by manufacturing. Let us know what factors are responsible for location of an industry. Children, do you find industries near your residential areas? No, you don't find. Some very, very, old or hardly any, small scale, a very small industry can be seen somewhere, but industrial setups are never near residential areas. We will not find in Mahanagar so many industries. We will not find industries into old congested Lucknow. So industrial setup is depending upon variety of factors. Let us see the big two categories, children. Let us see the big two categories, which are, sorry, geographical factors: availability of raw material, availability of water, Then children, availability of good climate. Children, we cannot have industry where raw material is not there, isn't it? We will not set up any industry where raw material is not available and we have to transport huge raw material from distant places. That will give us so much of cost. So we will not do that. Then we will set up an industry where water is, abundantly available. And the last, climatic conditions also very important. Good climatic conditions where we need processing or finished goods. Then second category is non-geographical factors, where electricity is there, where we will get cheap labors, where transport facilities are there because raw material has to be brought to the industries, then further processed goods have to be sent to the market. Market should be near. We have set up an industry where other favorable factors are there, but market is very far. Then again our transportation cost is going to be too high. Then capital investment should be there, and government policies should be favoring the industrial setup. Now let us see what major components are involved in industrial processes, which is raw material. Then what is the main role? Capital investment, ownership, and bulk and weight of raw material. So we will have industrial setups on the basis of these five categories. Raw material, what is the role of industries, capital investment, ownership, and weight of raw material and finished goods. Let us see the first category. On the basis of source of raw material, agro based, mineral based. Some industries which are processing goods from which raw material is only from agricultural background, where agriculture is giving the industries raw material like cotton, silk and rubber, sugar, etc. What are mineral based industries? Industries which are getting their raw material from the mineral sources such as iron and steel, ores, cement, etc. Next, next setup of industries is based on according to their main role. Children, so we have two categories in this: basic key industries and consumer industries. Now, basic key industries supply their products or raw material to manufacture other goods. For example, if mining is taking place, the ores are extracted. But do you think ores are directly sent to the market? Do you purchase utensils directly with ores and you make it at home? No. Iron and steel and copper smelting etc. are undergoing a huge lot of processes, children, and then we are getting those final products. The vessels, the utensils, different steel grills and everything we are using is a part of huge long process. And then the second category is consumer industries, where consumer is the key role. That is the consumer, the customer. Products, goods for direct use by consumers. Example, sugar, toothpaste, etc. Children. Let us see the third role on the basis of capital investment. What investment the industrialists are being putting? For example, small scale industries and large scale industries. We always see an industrial setup and we give this judgment. This is a small industry, it is not that big. What parameters are you thinking and are you speaking about that industry? Of course, you will see production is less, setup is small, not huge investment. And can you ever call your Tata and iron steel company as a small local small scale industry? Never, because you know that company holds lot of importance. The industrial setup is huge, byproducts are huge quantities, then the final products are also in huge quantity. So the scale is dividing it into two: small scale where low level of production is there, where low investment is there; large scale, of course, more labors, huge investment. So small scale industry, large scale industry. Next, on the basis of ownership. Now this is very common: ownership. If you own a firm, you will be saying that this firm is mine. Ownership. So that's under private ownership. But if you are talking about a firm which is government based, so who is the owner? Government. So that is, if the government is owing something, it is for everybody. public. So the two segments are public sector industries and private sector industries. For example, children, owned and operated by government is public sector, owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals is private sector. Like I spoke about TISCO, Tata Iron Steel Company, then Bajaj, Dabur, Tata, Reliance, all these, for example, Reliance, the Ambanis are owing it. So these are private sector industries. Now let us see examples of government based, Indian Oil, Bharat Gas, then Petroleum, Bharat Petroleum. Are these open for all? Accessible for all? Of course. So they are public sector industries. The third category on the basis of ownership is joint sector and cooperative. So joint sector has one very specific characteristic where it is jointly run by state and individuals. Now this is a situation when private firms and government tie up. They come and collab with each other, and this is the outcome of their collaboration, which is joint sector. Joint from the name itself is giving you a clear meaning, the collaboration of private and government. So government and private firms are coming together. For example, Oil India Limited is jointly owned by public and private sector. The fourth category, cooperative sector. Now, industries are owned and operated by producers or suppliers of raw material, workers, or both. Means cooperative, where more than two are coming together, where supplier is also an important part, then producer is also an important part. So all these are coming together to have this uh, organization. So cooperative sector, in this everybody's collective efforts are included. For example, they pool in the resources and share the profits. Example, sugar industry in Maharashtra, right? Now, next division of industries is based on the bulk and weight of raw materials. Of course, I told you TISCO. You can't say TISCO is small scale industry. I talked about production. So, when production is in huge quantity, we say heavy industries, isn't it? Heavy and bulky material, iron and steel, lot of production, children. They are not lightweighted, which you can keep in your bag and just roam around. So they are heavy industries. Light industries from the name itself, very important, electronic gadgets, watches, etc., sewing machines are all part of light industries. Heavy, light. So children, you should always know the meaning of the topics, and then you can write on your own also. Now let us come to agro based industries. Children, agro based industries, again from the name itself you can make it agro. Agro is simply talking about agriculture. Agriculture. Okay. So agro, from agriculture the word is derived agro. Agro based industries means industries which are based on agro. Okay. Now we saw different points, areas, and now sorry for the inconvenience, children. So agriculture based industries, the first example for agricultural based industry is cotton textile. The first cotton textile mill was set up in Mumbai. Children, I am giving you all these details in the form of PPT because it is easy for you to learn. Suppose the answer comes, write the importance of cotton textile industry, how it is important. All these points are in your mind and just in the key form I have given this, so that when you can learn all this, you can write it in your own language. Okay children. So next is why it is located in Maharashtra and Gujarat specifically. There has to be one reason, specific reason, which we discussed for location of industries. Plenty availability of raw material, water, production of fabric due to favorable soil, climatic conditions are favorable, isn't it? So main exports are Japan, US, UK, France. So cotton textile is produced by three methods: handloom, power looms and mills. Cotton textile industry involves ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, tailoring, packaging and production. Now, what are the challenges to cotton textile industry? Scarcity of good quality of cotton. When we talk about challenges, it is difficulties which are coming in the way. We face difficulty of scarcity of good quality of cotton. Then we have main cotton growing area which went to Pakistan after division. Then old machineries are still being there. Then erratic power supply which is not constant, low output from labor, tough competition from synthetic, because anything which is made by hand is expensive, and cloth which is being polyester, nylon are just machine based, so they are cheap. Now, this is the map for important cotton textile. I will be providing everything in the form of PPT, children. Let us talk about jute textile, the important textile industry. So, if you talk about textile industries, we have two major textile industries, cotton and jute. So, these are, children, the details which you are going to learn, because any specific detail, if jute is available in plenty in West Bengal, you cannot change the fact. These are factual statements which you are going to learn. I am providing all these in the form of PPT. So again, jute, India is the largest producer of raw jute. Then first jute mill was set up in Kolkata. Then why jute is abundantly available in West Bengal? Because of the climatical conditions which are favorable. Then the major parts which are producing, right? So all these details you need to learn. Let us see the challenges which are faced by jute industry. Again, the problems which are coming on the way. Stiff competition in the international market from synthetic substitutes and other competitors like Bangladesh, Philippines, Egypt, Thailand. What can be the solution to this? Now, national jute policy by government was formulated with the objective of increasing productivity, improving quality, ensuring good prices to the jute farmers and enhancing the yield per hectare. When we see, children, a problem coming into our way, do we just let it go with that problem, or we try to find solutions to eradicate that problem and move smoothly? Of course, we find solutions. So this was the initiative by the government. Children, one definite question comes on cotton textile industry challenges and jute textile industry challenges, then what government's interventions were there? So you need to learn these things, okay? Important part. Now next, sugar industry. India stands second as a world producer of sugar. India occupies the first place in the production of good. The raw material used in this industry is bulky. So we saw bulky industries and light industries. Now it is the second largest agro based industry after cotton. So in 2010-11 there were over 662 sugar mills, and the places are UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka. Now most of the mills are near the sugar cultivated areas. Now one answer should instantly come to your mind, why sugar mills are always located near the cultivation of sugar canes. It has to be that because of cutting the cost of transportation. The industrialists should not spend much money on transportation. If the industrialists are going to give so much money for transportation, of course the product is going to be charged with high rates. So children, the location of industries should be in such a way that raw material is easily available. Now major challenges, what are the major challenges of sugar industry? It includes seasonal nature, old and inefficient method, since most of the Indian farmers are practicing primitive type of cultivation. Therefore, they are facing these challenges. Then we need to maximize the use of base goods. Base goods are not just meant for production of sugar. We should be using them into supplement ways. Now sugar industry is shifting from northern to southern India. Why? What are the reasons? Earlier UP and Bihar were the main producers of sugarcane. Therefore, most of the sugar mills were located in these two states. But now, sugar mills are shifting towards Maharashtra and Karnataka because of following reasons. Per capita, per hectare production of sugarcane is higher in southern India because black soil is quite suitable for cultivation. Then sucrose content in the sugarcane is higher in Maharashtra, therefore mills are shifting. Then crushing season for sugarcane is longer in southern states, then also it is a reason to shift, and cooperative sugar mills are running successfully in the southern India. So these are the reasons you should learn, children. Now let us see mineral based industries. What are the industries which are based on minerals? We saw agro based, mineral based. Examples: iron and steel industry, aluminium industry, chemical, fertilizer, cement, automobile, information technology. Iron and steel industry, as we have discussed, these are the points. What are favorable, why are these are factual statements which you need to learn, children. Then again, industry and the challenges. For example, industries, their characteristics and the challenges. Then we have, why is iron and steel industry located in peninsular India only? Now these things should be learnt by heart. Good raw material supply, good power resources, skilled labor, nearness to market, port facilities. Children, all the above 4 points are same as locational factors. So if in case you forget and a question comes, why so and so is located in so and so region, of course if you, the question is asking you the reason for location of any industry, there have to be these common reasons. Okay, so you should be smart enough to answer the questions. Next is aluminium smelting. Again, mineral based industries and the factual statements. Next we have chemical industry, children. Same, why chemical industry is its largest own consumers. Then two types of chemical industries are there, organic and inorganic. Then we should know that the chemical industries are the fastest growing industries in India. Okay, then if it is asked, you will explain organic chemicals, inorganic chemicals. Okay, let us see fertilizer industry. We are dividing these, products as a separate industry. We always talk about that, leather industry is doing well, cotton industry is doing well. We always talk the whole production and we segregate it into one kind of industry. Why aren't we clubbing together chemical industry, fertilizer industry together? Because they are separately produced and we talk about them separately. Next, we have, children, distribution and production. We always have distribution of different products, we have production of different products, and they are being talked about differently. Next we have cement industry. Cement is used for construction, children, we all know this. Then these are the factual statements for which you need to learn all these. I am going to give you the PPT so that you can have a glance and you can learn all these key features. Automobile industry. Automobile provides vehicles for quick transportation. Trucks, buses, cars, motorcycles, etc. are manufactured at these places. Then these industries are located around. So we saw the importance, the products, and we saw the location. So these are some common points which we should keep in mind. Now comes the most important aspect of mineral based industries or industrial based is information technology and electronic industry. This is the most important. If we talk about non-agro based industries, agriculture based had fabric industries, cotton, jute, then sugarcane, but non-agro based industries, information technology is the fastest growing industry and it holds a lot of importance, children. Definite question comes from this segment, so this should be learned by heart. Now, the electronic industry covers a wide range of products from transistor sets to television, telephones, then different computers, etc. Now we have Bangalore, which is the Silicon Valley of India. We know that Silicon Valley is in USA, but which place in India is known as Silicon Valley of India? That is Bangalore. But in India, it is also known as electronic capital of India. Other important centers for electronic goods are Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, then Kolkata, Lucknow, Coimbatore. Then we have special software technology parks. They are now coming across in huge quantities. 46 locations are there in India. A major impact of this industry, sir, all right, children. So, a major impact of this industry has been on employment generations. It is encouraging to know that 30% of the people are employed in this sector and they are women. Children, we all see our siblings, our cousins working in TCS, then Dell, and all these IT sectors. Why Infosys? And all these are attracting women because firstly empowerment of women is taking place, and now women are attracted, they are pursuing such courses where they can be hired in these sectors. Okay, so industrial pollution and environmental degradation. Air pollution, industrial pollution. What pollution is taking place due to industries? Of course, air pollution, water pollution, they have to be there, children. When air pollution is caused by emission of CO2, carbon monoxide, and etc., then children, chimneys of the industries produce heat leading to global warming, then greenhouse effect, then excessive emission of CFCs is depleting our ozone layer, and we all know the hazardous effects of air pollution. Then health of humans, animals, plants are on stake. Danger. Water pollution, children. Dumping of organic and inorganic industrial waste into water bodies pollute the water. Water pollution is also caused by the discharge of the untreated chemical waste. Industries just dispose their water discharge before treating. Without treating, they are discharging their chemical waste into the rivers and water bodies, which is polluting our water resources. Now, thermal pollution. Thermal pollution of water occurs when hot water from factories and thermal plants is drained into rivers and ponds before cooling. Thermal discharge is very hot, and before cooling only they just discharge. So, it is creating an adverse effect on water bodies. Now, let us see noise pollution. High intensity sound generated by running machines, drilling, etc. is creating noise pollution, children. It causes irritation, hearing problems, heart attacks, etc. Then control of environmental degradation. Children, this is a common topic which can be covered into different areas. So this is a basic topic which you should know. It is not confined to this chapter. Control of environmental degradation can be covered in sustainability, isn't it? So you should know all these things. How can we control our environment from deteriorating? We should minimize the discharge of waste, then harvesting of rainwater, treating hot water from the industries and let it cool before we are discharging, then treatment of industrial effluents, then primary treatment by machines, etc. Now tertiary treatment by biological, chemical and physical processes. This involves recycling of water waste. Then noise absorbing materials may be used so that noise pollution can be lessened. If we are going to use the absorbers of noise, then lesser impact of the noise will be there. Then NTPC is a major power providing corporation in India. Now we are talking about NTPC, and the corporation has a proactive approach. We all know National Thermal Power Corporation. It is a government body, isn't it, children? So these are the characteristics of such thermal power corporations. And now we come to the end of chapter. I hope the chapter is clear. If you are going to see these slides again and again, it will be clearly comprehended by you all. Still, if you face any problem, I am there. You have lot of time before 12th of December. I can take a live class, whatever you say, and we will be revising the content again and again. But for that, you need to log in to your Google Classrooms for understanding the chapter clearly. Thank you so much, children. Have a nice day.